Rejuvenation, Reinvigoration, Food for the Soul. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of The Ordinary Maverick. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick, sharing real life thoughts and experiences and maverick tips. Time surely flies. The world just observed the 1 year mark of global lockdowns. What an unprecedented turn of events we have all gone through in 2020. A pandemic that turned the world upside down, or rather, managed to stop the entire world. A global lockdown. Had anyone said this to us a few years back, I'm sure none of us would have ever believed it. But reality did sink in, and each one of us faced it and coped in our own unique ways. And we also discovered something about ourselves, our families, each other, right? I've been reading articles and speaking to many friends and colleagues, and there's a common thread of yes, it was really bad. But we learned something. We realized how much stronger we all were and how important it is to sometimes just stop, recharge, and in a way, rejuvenate ourselves. So important for the soul. Well, there's another way to rejuvenate oneself, to reinvigorate, bring out the reserves of energy, of creativity we all have within. It's linked with moving places, changing workplaces, moving into a new home, a new community, a new club. All of these give us a chance to reinvigorate ourselves. And to those who have experienced this, you know how critical it is. We often get into a rut, a monotony of sorts, and that affects our well-being. We are hearing more and more about the importance of mental health and well-being. Some decades back, it was all about our physical fitness. Suddenly, everyone around us were focusing on physical movement, fitness, joining gyms, bodybuilding. Remember watching WWF on TV? It was like a wave of awareness of being fit, which was great. And I must say, the fitness industry got a real boost. There was a sudden mushrooming of gyms, fitness clubs, etc. But now, the last few years, and more so during the pandemic, we are understanding the reality and importance of our mental health. The very definition of health includes physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. But often, the focus is on the physical, and other elements are relegated to the background. While in fact, mental, emotional, and spiritual have a great bearing on the physical fitness, right? Well, today I would like to share something that we have found as a family somewhat essential for our collective mental and emotional well-being. The bit about reinvigorating yourselves. I've shared earlier that we are explorers by heart and absolutely love taking up new challenges. There are, of course, many ways we do this. But one of these is moving places. And recently, we did our 20th move. Yes, I did share in an earlier episode that I'm speaking from Dhaka. Some of you might have picked this up. Well, we have moved continents again and are now settling in a new country. There's just something about leaving a country, transitioning out, saying goodbyes, and starting afresh in a new place. There's definitely an emotional overload, and it's tough, but more on how we deal with the pains of leaving and the farewells for another episode. For today, let's speak about the feelings of anticipation, of traveling with hope, dreams and excitements to a new place. Finding a place to stay, meeting people, getting connected, settling into a new home, discovering new routes, new foods, new smells. It's just so rejuvenating, right? Nature does this as well. Let me share something about this. See the trees shedding their leaves in winter, the beauty of changing colors of autumn, and then the coming of spring and the blooming, flowering plants and trees. And here's an interesting fact. Did you know that the green and orange Elysia marginata sea plug decapitates itself when its body becomes infected with parasites? And something even more bizarre, the head gets around fine without its body. And in 3 weeks, it regenerates a new body, perfectly functioning and parasite free. Wow, what a phenomenon. It's the only creature in the world that does this and has the ability to do so. It's something to think about. The sea slug recognizing the infection inside its body and then managing to decapitate to preserve itself and also regenerating a new body. This is what I mean. It's part of the Maverick formula, listening to your gut. If one practices mindfulness, being quiet and listening within, one understands and picks up the signs and recognizes the time you need to rejuvenate, to reinvigorate, when your emotional and mental well being needs attention. That's the critical part. Go with your gut, always. We do the same individually and as a family. And when it's time, it's time. When it feels right, whether it's in a relationship, a job, a new home, a new city, one needs to find the courage to do so. Take that one step forward. That's when one has to be true, the second element of the Maverick formula. And of course, the most important piece is falling forward, the third and final element of the Maverick formula. Once decisions are taken, we go forward. Now, we've been in Dhaka for about 4 weeks now. It's been amazing. There's a wonder in exploring a new place, and Dhaka is quite the city. We also came in at a time that the country is celebrating its 50th year of independence, as well as the 100th birth centenary of the founding leader of Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. We've also come to realize another fact. We arrive at a new place with some understanding based on our readings, our interactions with people who might have been there or are from there, from the media, etc. But I must say this with emphasis. Living in a country, a city, means getting to know it firsthand. And I have to admit, we have always left a place with a completely different perspective than when we got there first. It opened our minds to embrace change and to always be open. And that's also something our children have picked up. Always keep your mind open. It's like the famous saying, never judge a book by its cover. Now, isn't that like a true maverick? We do not settle for the norm, but are seekers and explorers, pushing ourselves out of the comfort zone. And you know what? That is a huge contributor to our mental and emotional well-being. So ask yourself, what did I do new today, this week, or this month? You may not be changing cities, countries, places, homes, but maybe you can change your walking route. Can you try a new dish? Cook a new recipe? Read another author you have not read before? Watch a show you have not seen before? Go out and join a new hobby, a sport. Meet new people. Try it. See what happens. Experience the magic for yourself. Be like the green and orange sea slug. Rejuvenate and reinvigorate. Thank you so much for all your comments and your feedback. Do keep them coming. And for some more Maverick tips, do subscribe to the Ordinary Maverick podcast. This is Ajay signing off and wishing you have an amazing day. Keep well, keep safe.